it almost seems like we need a class on prompting. Like it's no longer do you know how to code a computer? It's how do you prompt ChatGPT because it can code the computer program for you. I think I was recently at a JP Morgan conference and they had a whole breakout session around AI. And within 5 minutes, it had a AI was prompted to create a demo, a working demo of an application. And it wrote over 700 line of codes in real time in 5 minutes. But again, it came down to, I think, how effective the prompt was and what you were trying to achieve. So I think it's learning how to prompt it, and it'll get better over time, like you said, Lisa. But that's going to change a lot of the global economy and jobs and the future of work. I can't go 3 minutes without reading an article about how AI is going to replace all of these jobs. And based on this conversation we're having, I'm not sure if that's the case. Is there's going to be that many jobs that get replaced? So I guess I'd be interested to hear, are there jobs that you see or we see as a group that are easily replaceable by AI, and which ones are maybe a little more protected from the shift that we're seeing in the technology landscape?
So I did deep research on this, and I looked at the last 100 years of jobs in the United States, and it spit out 25 pages with like 112 sources in 16 minutes. So I used AI to do this research. And one of the interesting key takeaways is that 60% of the jobs that we have today did not exist in 1940. So just let that sink in, right? There was no social media manager in 1940. There was no web developer in 1940, right? And Lisa, as an AI and executive advisor, that role did not exist 2 years ago. So even my role today did not exist just 2 years ago, right? So, when I think about the evolution of work, we are one of the most, if not the most adaptable creatures on this planet, as human beings, right? We no longer have stenographers, we no longer have elevator operators. Those jobs are now obsolete. I do believe that certain jobs will be obsolete, but certain jobs will evolve, and then certain jobs will be new. So I think the question is not what will change. I think it will all change. The question is, how quickly can we upskill and reskill people to learn how to collaborate and work with AI? And then how quickly can we create some of these new jobs that people will now have moving forward? So, I wanted to just think about it at the highest levels, right? Because as they say, our ability to reimagine the future is constrained by what we know and by history. But sometimes we forget that in history, that, like I said, 60% of the jobs that we have today did not exist in 1940.